Alright. Was that really fun? That was really fun. Let's start with the card review, guys. So Blizzard just revealed a new set of cards. I'm probably gonna do an extra stream after all the cards are revealed, so probably Saturday, most likely. But yeah, let's start. So first card we have Elemental Destruction. Deal 4 to 5 damage to all minions and overloads for 5. Oh my god. So first of all, that was insane, right? When Frodan used it, it was pretty good. But then on closer inspection, it's actually all minions. So it's not just a 3-mana Flame Strike, it also Flame Strike your board. And Shaman's being such a minion-centric deck, it's kind of not that good, right? But now, what is it really good at? So you would start to think about, okay, what if we play Malygos Shaman with like the Ancestor's Call? That could become really good. Florence, thanks for the sub. That could become really good, right? So like you play Malygos Shaman, you already have like Lava Shock and like all those crazy stuff. And also, if you don't really mind nuking the board because you're playing cantrips anyways, like Loot Hoarders and Gnomish Inventors, Ash Drakes and whatnot. So that's pretty good. You get 2 AoEs now. Not only do you have Lightning Storm, you have Elemental Destruction as well. I don't even think Lightning Storm is played in Malygos Shaman. I guess they are. But like, it's another card for that deck. I don't really think that this card is that good by itself. Like, just play it by itself. It's Epic. Epic's kind of like the weird cards, right? The cards you don't really want to, the weird ones anyways. But pretty cool. I think I would still draft this in Arena though, because it's an AoE. So like, it's basically a Light Bomb if you think about it, right? Overload 5 is kind of dangerous though. I'm not really sure. But Overload 5 is kind of like, don't really want to draft in Arena. Never mind, I don't like to draft this in Arena. Overload 5 is pretty dangerous. MS Superman, thank you so much for the sub. But yeah, I'm not really sure about this one. We'll have to see. Wolf Ram Shield, 6 mana, 3/9, legendary. Whenever your hero takes damage, you take it instead. Oh, hunters are gonna be so sad. Like, what if I play this in Priest and like double its health or something else? But anyways, this card is pretty cool. But one of the things that people I don't think realize is that there are a couple things, right? First of all, if you play this and your opponent, it's actually like a board-on-board battle, this actually gets negative value because it's just a 6 mana heal 9. You get what I mean? So for example, you play this, your opponent just hits face instead of using their minions to trade for this, and they don't even get the 3 damage on their minions. So this is really bad in a lot of cases. And the only good case, I guess, is against like Face Hunter and stuff like that, like super Face Hunter. Hazard, thank you so much for the sub. But at that time, wouldn't just playing a 6 mana taunt creature be better because they have to silence it anyways, right? Like, I'm not really sure. 6 mana heal 9 does not seem to be too insane. So my first thing was that, well, this is really good, but then on closer inspection, this actually seems pretty bad. Don't think this is playable actually. Buccaneer. 1 mana 2/1. Whenever you equip a weapon, give it +1 attack. It's actually the weapon that gets +1 attack. Crific, thank you so much for all the subs, guys. So this is interesting because I thought this was bad because it was actually getting attack on itself, but because it actually gives you the weapon, the attack on the weapon, it's actually not bad, right? It's kind of like an auto barber that costs 1 mana, and it's also a pirate. I think because like there are also some other pirate stuff that came, right? It's actually pretty exciting because every pirate that comes into the deck makes ship's cannon damage better. So yeah, I think this could be more useful in like a pirate deck, especially if this card just like beside it. So who knows? I don't really think that this is insane though, but certainly worth something. Cause like right now the only playable mana pirates are the Corsair and the Haha, right? So if you add one more, it makes Shift's Cannon damage better. And Shift's Cannon, think about it for a second, it's doubly as good as Knife Juggler. So there was a pirate deck that was in before that happened. So, you know, this might become a thing. But Shady Dealer is a 3 mana 4/3 that becomes a 5/4 if you have a pirate. Now, unfortunately, I don't think pirate decks are even gonna play this because first of all, you're cutting like SI7 agents from the deck with 3 mana, right? You also cutting I don't know, 3 mana just seems really important for Rose, right? You have now the new Burgle, you have Fan of Knives, and the thing is like the battle card only buffs itself. And one thing to note that like from all the Hearthstone games or trends, things that buff itself are usually not that played, right? So like you got like the Draconite Crusher, for example, that buffs itself, not really that played. You know, minions that buff themselves are not usually that good because they only either buff, they actually like just one time buff, or they just buff like attack, for example. The one that's when it says Undertaker, obviously, and that got fixed. So yeah, minions that buff themselves are not too insane. So I don't think this is gonna be played. Miss Caller, hello. Give all minions in your hand and deck +1/+1 when you play it. That is really cool because this reminds me of a card that I made for Monk before. It was Life Cocoon, and I made it for well, I made it for a Monk concept of GVG, right? So if you can actually drag this here, this was actually what I made, a 2 mana spell that gives +1/+1 to all minions in your hand. It's kind of like Wild Growth in a sense for monks, right? But yeah, for this card in Shamans, oh man, so like pretty interesting in that, you know, you need the game to last longer than turn 6 for this to be useful. And also when you play this, it doesn't really do much as a 4/4. Sure, it basically deal 4 damage and Wild Growth in a sense, right? Pretty cool. How many minions do you want to get buffed by +1/+1? So for example, like Fire Elemental becomes BGHable now, so that's kind of awkward. Belcher becomes a 4/6. Azrix becomes a 5/5. If you're playing Flame Tongue, it's a 1/4. Flame Tongue being a 1/4 is actually pretty sick. So yeah, it's infinitely better if you play stuff like Divine Shield or something like that. So Alakir becomes a 4/6. That's pretty cool. Yeah, but you have to actually exploit this, right? I think it's actually very difficult to use correctly. I think people are overrating this a little bit too much. Angry Chicken? Chat is saying Angry Chicken. Oh my god. Two Angry Chicken, that's insane. But yeah, first impression was really good, but on further inspection, it really needs the deck to be super good. It's not good in aggro. Let's just establish that, because if you play this in turn 6, you're not establishing a lot in turn 6. So yeah, Mech Shaman, I don't really want to play this card. I want to play the good mechs and Fire Elementals to kill your opponent faster. This is more of like a mid-range control Shaman. So we'll see if this card actually works with stuff like this card. You know, kind of weird. I don't know. Shamans, I still think they're getting a bit shafted, but definitely a very cool mechanic. Can't wait to see its effect. Gold Shine Footman gets a friend, and onwards to Twilight Guardian. It's a 4 mana 2/6 dragon, and if you're holding a dragon, it becomes a 3/6. It's a gain +1 attack and taunt as well. So Super Senjin would see play in dragon decks, especially Dragon Warrior, for example, because holding a dragon, it's getting easier and easier, right? There's so many dragons that that are introduced. And this is also kind of a thing for like Alexstrasza's Champion is a 2/3 charge with taunt, right? And then it becomes a 3/3 taunt charge if you have a dragon in your hand. So that's really cool. Probably gonna see something like that, but it's an epic. You're not gonna see this in arena too much. But like 2/6 is fine, right? We know that the Maiden of the Lake stat line is fine. And if you actually get this bonus, it's pretty cool. I like how bonuses are actually smaller than actually if it's supposed to, like a vanilla creature, right? So you're not too punished if you just play this as a vanilla creature, but obviously you want to have the taunt. And yeah, even more taunts for Warrior. We'll go on to that a little bit later. But next card is the Bone Guard Lieutenant. Bone Guard Lieutenant is a 2 mana 3/2, so it's already good stat line. And every time you use a hero power, it gains 1 health. Very similar to also a card that I made for Death Knights. Let's see if we can bring that up. It's the Armored Skull. So Armored Skull is Requiem. Requiem is basically whenever a friendly minion dies. So kind of like Cult Master, right? So this gains 1 health as well. So kind of similar to that. And the hero power on Death Knight is summon a 1/1 dude that dies. So it's kind of like Inspire in that sense. Whether this card is playable is kind of awkward because like +1 health actually doesn't really affect the board too much. When you play this card, it's buffing itself once again. So pretty good in arena because you can always try and get more value out of this card. But in constructed, it's kind of weird because health is not attack, and just gaining health, we see that, you know, compared to priest cards like Dark Cultist, like Temple Enforcer, you know, stuff like that. Getting health is not entirely too important. So if it gains health on a random minion, it's actually better because it's not itself, right? You need to be selfless in Hearthstone, right? Death Rattle is infinitely better than just buffing its stats. And oh my god, this dragon is awesome. Like, this artwork is really, really good. And what does it do? Well, it's taunt. If you're holding a dragon, deal 3 damage to all minions. And it's a Death Rattle. It's the first Death Rattle with like you're holding a dragon kind of effect, right? Pretty cool. And it also is taunt. Pretty nice. So it's like a super abomination, right? It only deals damage to minions though. It doesn't deal damage to the face. And it's kind of like a board clear. Ben Bro mentioned on stream that you can kind of use it as like a bluff, right? You can use this and then you have no minions. So yeah, if you have dragons in your hand, so it's actually just a 6/6 taunt and your opponent's still like, oh, I don't really want to do it. So that's pretty cool. 7 mana dragon though. Like, what is in the 7 mana slot? The 7 mana slot is actually nothing, right? The only good 7 drop is Dr. Boom, so like whatever. This could be actually not bad. 6/6 taunt is fine. If you compare it to like Sylvanas, you compare it to like Emperor and stuff like that. If you want another 7 drop, then this could be it for Dragon Warrior. But at the same time, do you want to play this over, say, Baron Geddon? Okay, sure, this dodges BGH, but yeah, taunt is. I think taunt is actually somewhat okay. Hard to say. I do like this card. I think this is gonna see play, at least, because the 2 options makes it really good. Any card that has more than 1 option, so basically every Druid card, is useful, right? It's like useful. I don't think this is gonna be insane or anything, not in first glance, but I think this is definitely gonna be played in Dragon decks, especially in Dragon Warrior. Yeah, Dragon Paladin. I'm not really sure Dragon Paladin is a thing. Like, you don't want to playing this effect already means that you shouldn't play a lot of minions, right? So any control deck would like this card pretty much. All right, Sparring Partner is actually a 2 mana 3/2. I thought it was a 2/2 for some reason, but 3/2 makes it a little bit better because it's it actually has the correct stat line, right? And the effect is a taunt and also gives a minion taunt. Oh baby, that's a lot of taunt givers. Interestingly enough, that this card actually makes Bolster even better, right? Like, I don't know, Bolster seems pretty bad when you first saw it. It's basically 2 mana, give all your taunt minions +2/+2, right? But there are a lot of options for taunts now, which is pretty cool. I guess they kind of want to make Protection Warrior a thing because it was already a thing in WoW, right? Protection Warrior, Fury Warrior, stuff like that. And right now there's Patron Warrior, so might hopefully spawn a new archetype of warrior, because Patron Warrior, I mean, come on, let's be honest, we're done with that. Another interesting mechanic of this is that if your opponent has the lone minion, you have to use this battle cry. Remember, battle cries always activate if they have a valid target. So unfortunately, if your opponent has like something and you really need to play this creature, you're gonna give your opponent a taunt. So this definitely has to like combo something else with your minions. Not that it matters, right? If you're gonna play this card, then you're probably gonna play a lot of like big creatures. See, the problem with this card is that you compare it to Sun Fury, and Sun Fury seems a little bit better. But so yeah, this is better in a single minion deck because it gives itself taunt as well. So Sun Fury, sure, you can say that it gives 2 creatures taunt, but this also gives 2 creatures taunt. It gives itself taunt. So better for big creatures. Yes. Cavalda Raider. Wow. So these are the effects that are really, really strong because it both gains attack and both gains health. And when you use your hero power, you still use your hero power, right? You still ping down something, for example, right? So this card is insane in Arena. It's a must pick. It's like an auto pick in every class, right? Because it's a floating watcher. That doesn't require you to like have very specific things. It's a must pick. So good. In Constructed, it might be a bit hard to use because Flowing Watcher is not usable. It's a 5 mana 4/4 or 7 mana 6/6, and it gets removed pretty easily, and I'm not really sure. You have to basically kind of try and rig this somehow, right? You either have to keep this alive through a lot of removal, in your deck, which kind of makes this deck inconsistent, or you want to use it so that you can proc your hero power multiple times or make it cheaper. So Maiden of the Lake, Garrison Commander, Kodar Drake, and stuff like that. So not too exciting for Constructed, I would say. Pretty hard to make this used correctly, just because, you know, we already have a good comparison of Flowing Watcher and it's not used. So yeah, but definitely an insane card in Arena. I think this would be rated in the high 90s. Or high 80s, actually. High 80s to low 90s. A very, very good card. A Priest card. An Epic. I actually like how this is Epic because this is purple and this is purple. I mean, it makes sense. And it's a 3-mana 3/3, and whenever you draw a card, reduces cost by 1. So how I look at this is kind of like a 2-mana 3/3, right? Because when you keep this in your opening hand, you're going to draw a card. Oh! Whoa! If you keep this in your opening hand, it can be a 1-mana card too, right? If you so assuming you're going first, this is a 1-mana card. So you could play 2 3/3s. Of course, card management becomes much weirder, so that's the problem. And card management means that the more small minions you play in your deck, the worse it becomes, right? So you have to be careful when you play cards that are very cheap. You have to balance it out with like more expensive cards, obviously. But yeah, I treat this as like a 2-mana 3/3 the first time I looked at it, right? If you keep this in your opening hand, and you're playing second, you draw a card, you can coin a Shadow Fiend. So something like that. We had a discussion before that like how good is a 2-mana vanilla 3/3? Wait. Whenever you draw a card, reduces cost by 1. Oh, I think I misunderstood it. Oh, it's reduced its cost by 1. I thought it reduced this cost by 1. Oh, wow. Okay, never mind. Scrap everything I just said. So this is kind of like a battery card, right? So if you have 2 of these, then everything costs 1 less. Whoa. Oh, it's a battery card. That's really interesting then. So basically Priest is getting wild growth. Do you understand what I mean? Like if you have this in your hand, you're never going to play it. And you're only going to play it when you run out of cards. Oh, Priest is getting wild growth. Does that actually affect anything? So for example, like if you have this in your starting hand, and you draw like Dark Cultist, it suddenly becomes a 2-mana 3/4. If you draw like an Arcanine, it becomes a 3-mana 3/5. Oh wow. Yeah, I think this is basically a wild growth. In a sense, it operates differently, obviously, because there's a lot of different wild growths in any game, right? So, oh wow, reduce its cost. That's actually infinitely better. Oh wow. Oh, this is actually really good. Oh yeah, I would definitely play this. Cause like, okay, the main draw from, wait, am I doing this wrong as well again? Whenever you draw a card, oh, it has to be on the board? No, I'm doing it wrong again. Okay, so if you play this, whenever you draw a card, it reduces its cost by 1. Oh no, that's not good then. Oh no, I want it to be good so badly. Oh no, oh, I'm so sad. Oh man, whenever you draw a card, oh no. No, man. Wait, is this how it works? Wait, so it's on the board, and then whenever you draw a card, reduces cost by 1. Oh. Well, that was just, damn. That was kind of disappointing then. Yeah, I don't like this card. Like, 3 mana is already super heavy for Priest. And this is a 3 health creature, so it's not really gonna see too much of a thing. You know, you get what I mean? Like, when you draw 1 card, then you're just getting like 1 mana crystal back, and you can always draw like, you know, something that's like not effective. Oh man. Oh, that's so sad. No, it's not gonna live. Okay, in Constructed, it's definitely not gonna live. In Arena, like reducing cost of cards doesn't even actually matter anything. It's really more about card advantage and like tempos and stuff like that. So oh man, okay, I don't like this card. God damn it. Oh, I'm sad now. I thought this worked when it's in your hand, because there's so many cards that works that's in your hand, right? So in your hand, it's, god damn it. Oh man. Yeah, I don't think I like this card too much then. Okay, we'll see if anything changes my mind. Spawn of Shadows. Speaking of like a Shadow Bomber's rejected older brother. Man, all of Shadow Bomber looks ugly, and Spawn of Shadows even look uglier. Okay, I can't believe it. Like 4 mana, 5/4. Okay, I guess they're trying to make Shadow Priest a thing, but seriously, like, why do you want to make your hero power deal 4 damage if this minion is alive? You get what I mean? Like, sure, you become a super hunter, but then first of all, you nuke yourself for some reason. I don't know why. So that you can, if you heal yourself, you actually deal 2 damage to yourself instead. The synergy, no, not really. And the problem is if you're playing like a aggro priest, right? And you play this card and they kill it, your hero power is back to becoming do nothing. Because like aggro deck, you do not want to heal. You don't want to heal yourself. So I don't think this is a good card. In arena, it's fine, I guess. It's 5/4, right? And sometimes it can be dealt to burst, right? So yeah, it's kind of weird. Deal 4 damage to each hero. It's an inspire effect, so it doesn't get buffed by spell power. So yeah, actually it doesn't do anything. And we know that priest can't actually use multiple hero powers, except for the garrison commander. So no, I don't think this is gonna be good. Arcane Blast is a 1 mana, deal 2 damage to a minion only. So you cannot deal the face, because otherwise this spell gets double damage, double bonus from spell damage, would mean that Malagos would actually nuke your opponent for 12. Oh my god. Just because it can't go face, how accessible is this? You get what I mean? So if it's a 1 mana deal 4, it's pretty good. It's like a flamethrower that actually works. But the problem is like it can't go face. So it's like a backstab. And it only is better than the backstab if you can combo with like spell damage. You get what I mean? Because you can compare this to Smite, because Smite can go face, right? Arcane Shot can go face. This cannot go face, so it makes it a little bit more awkward. Yeah, I don't think any spell damage right now is has 2. It's either 1 or 5, right? Dalaran Mage or Ancient Mage. That's not played, so yeah, I'm not really sure. I don't think this card is good. Yeah. So the best situation is this is a flame cannon, right? So you play like I don't know, like Thalnos, Arcane Blast, deal 4. Even then, you're not really getting too rewarded by it. That's why it's an epic. Epics, you can actually tell that epics kind of suck usually. Like it's really situational. It's really weird because Ancient of Lore is so good and it's epic, but then like other epics are really bad. So I think Ancient of Lore should be like a rare, because like but then Arena would be stupid. Never mind. But you get what I mean, right? This card is like it's really hard to make it work. Oh, never mind. There's actually a new card that gives more spell damage now. Interestingly enough, it's the 4 mana 3/5 that was on the cover, I guess. The cocky Dalaran thing. And every time you use a hero power, it stacks its spell damage on itself. So oh baby. I think people will try to make this work, and then I don't think they will. I think they will cut it in the end. It's a very dangerous effect because mages have the Kodar Drake that can actually like exploit this a little bit more, right? You can stack like maybe 3 or 4 even, and then stuff like Arcane Missiles become insane. Stuff like Frostbolt even becomes pretty insane. So I like how mages are actually receiving like the spell damage kind of treatments. This plus this, I'm not really sure. Spell damage mage, I'm not really sure. With like this Master of Ceremonies, it might make for a very good arena deck if you actually have all those drafted. But by itself, I don't think it's gonna be that useful. Spell damage is always kind of like an iffy thing for me, at least. Refresh the page. I will in a bit. Knight of the Wild. Whenever you summon a beast, reduce the cost of this card by 1. It's a druid specific card. Also kind of want the druid the theme for beasts to be more reinforced, which is good. I don't think hunters are the only one that should be using beasts. I think that more people should be using beasts, and druids can be a one. This only works when it's in your hand, right? I'm assuming that Bolvar. Yeah, I'm assuming that it's kind of like Bolvar, where it only works if it's in your game. We saw that Frodan top decked one, and it was a 7 mana as well. So yeah. Otherwise, if it's throughout the game, it'll be insane. But yeah, once again, this is a minion that doesn't do anything by itself. Like, it doesn't have an effect that changes the board, right? I mean, it's a 6/6, and also you can't play early on. You have to play something else and then weave this into a 6/6. So I guess the dream situation is to play like, I don't know, what are some beasts? Creeper, most of the new druid cards that transform, right? Druid of the Flame and stuff like that. You play this on turn 6 for 4 mana, and then you play something else with 2 mana, for example, something like that. So basically, it's a 6 mana. I view it as like a turn 6 play. You're getting 6/6 plus whatever you play that you ramped up. So I'm not too excited about this card, not too insane. Especially because you have to hold it as well. Very, very difficult. Although it's pretty insane. Like the artwork, I mean. It's a freaking centaur that's riding itself. Like, I would want to ride myself if I can. So, yeah. Interesting. We got the Wild Walker. Oh my god, I made the mistake. Wild Walker, once again, is the Beast Druid. It's Battle Cry, give a friendly beast +3 health. So it's kind of like a Howlmaster. It's kind of a Howlmaster in my opinion, because it's not as good as Howlmaster. It only gives health. And we can compare this to, for example, upgraded Repair Bot for Priest Mechs. And I don't think this is going to be too insane. Especially it's a 4-drop. I mean, Shredder is just infinitely better than this, right? Even the other 4-drops are even better, like Yeti, for example. It doesn't even pass the Yeti test. Giving something +3 health, giving a beast +3 health, you have to play something that has more attack, you get what I mean? Like, you always want creatures to have kind of roughly around the same attack and health, especially early on. So if you buff like a creeper +3 health, it actually doesn't really accomplish much, right? You want to buff like a Druid of the Flame in cat form. Even if you buff it in like hawk form, it's not that threatening. A 2/8, it's not that threatening. So yeah, I don't think this card is too good. Okay, Murloc Knight. It's pretty cute. It's I'm gonna name this Jumpy, because a frog and a Murloc means it's a Jumpy. It's basically a frog riding frog. That's pretty insane. Inspire, every time you use your hero power, you summon a random Murloc. And Murlocs, as we know, are usually just like, you know, around a 2/2, I guess. That's about the right thing to put it. And it's in Paladins, weirdly enough. Paladins get everything, okay? They get like walruses on turtles, they get frogs on frogs, they get like dragon consorts. They always get all the cool cards. So judging by its card by itself, it's pretty good because it makes your hero power summon 2 dudes, right? And any hero power that makes you summon 2 dudes is insane. Like we saw that Illidan's hero power in the tutorial, it summons 2 2/1s, and that's insane already. So like this could be used if you can actually use this at least once. If you use it at least once, I think it paid for itself. Because there are some Murlocs that are actually pretty good, right? The Murloc War Leader, 3/3. We have any 2/3s are fine with the Charger as well. So like there's a couple of good ones. Whether you want to use a Murloc Paladin still remains to be seen, because like if you just play the Murloc War Leader and plus this guy, that could be really good. And there's one hidden thing that this can actually summon itself, right? Because this is now a Murloc in the deck. So if it summons itself, and then you use your hero power and it summons 2 more of itself, it just duplicates. It's kind of like a parasite, right? So this could be really good, or it can just summon a 1/1, right? I'll be very happy if it summons Billy. Okay, so yeah, I think this card is pretty good. Yeah, I think this card is pretty good. Not gonna see too much constructive play, but in arena it's gonna be really good. Another Paladin secret, of course. Competitive Spirit. When your turn starts, give your minions +1/+1. And Ben Bro did note that this only procs if you have minions to begin with. Very interesting because it's the only secret that triggers based on your actions and not your opponent's actions. Sure, your opponents can kill the minions and not trigger the Competitive Spirit, but I think the best counter to this card is just to leave 1 minion for your opponent, and then this triggers, right? So kind of cool in that sense, because it makes Paladins have another secret to deal with board, right? The other board secret right now we have is Avenge. So if you have Competitive Spirit and Avenge, that's pretty cool, I guess. A very sick play would be what Ben Bro mentioned. It would be like play this at turn 1, and then turn 2, coin muster, and then you have all 2/2s, which is actually pretty sick. It's actually pretty sick. Summon a board of 2/2s, it's like doubly better, right? And doubly better is insane. 2/2s that turn to 3/3s are not doubly better. So yeah, I don't think this is gonna see too much play though. The best deck that this would go in would be Aggro Paladin, I think, with Mad Scientist and stuff like that. But then you're just giving your minions +1/+1. Whereas if you're an aggro, you just don't really one health and 2 health doesn't really matter. And dealing 1 more damage, I don't think it's worth a card slot when you can play stuff like Arcane Golem and like Sword and like Blessed of Kings and stuff like that. So it's cool otherwise. I think it's a good design mechanic. So yeah, I like it. Bear Trap. Secret. After your hero is attacked, summon a 3/3 Grizzly Bear, the Ironfur Grizzly. It's funny when they explain it. I think it's very thematic because it's a bear trap, right? It's actually a bear trap. Not like a bear trap, like the actual picture, right? It's a bear trap. Get it? I think that's pretty cute. And it says after your hero is attacked, right? It's attacked. Past tense. So for example, if you have something that's like explosive trap, your hero is not attacked, right? Actually, let me just double check explosive trap. Okay, explosive trap is when your hero is... Oh, it's actually when your hero is attacked. Oh yeah, it's actually attacked. Okay, never mind. So explosive trap actually triggers this too. Never mind, it does trigger. So it's a 2-mana 3/3 that comes in only if your opponent hits you. So another trap for Mad Scientist, perhaps. You always have to think about that. So a Mad Scientist becomes a 2/2 that becomes a 3/3. So that's pretty cool. I think this will see some use. Now we can actually... It's just cool because hunters can actually choose between like explosive freezing or like bear trap freezing now. And also like this can actually be substituted for snake trap as well. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Because now, are you scared of snakes or are you scared of bears? Yeah, it's interesting. After equals when? Wait. Does this activate like explosive trap or does it not? Let me just check again. It says when your hero is attacked. This is after your hero is attacked. It's still unclear, you get what I mean? Because you could still like... Oh, if a 1/1 attacks you, you have explosive trap and bear trap out. You still might get the bear because it's afterwards, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's afterwards. Because if explosive trap says after, then the attack will go through and then the consecration will go through. I think it's still not... I think it's not clear based on the text. So yeah, whether this actually makes it better doesn't really affect it too much, right? Because if you just play this as a card, it's a 3/3 that doesn't what's that called? It doesn't come into play immediately. So it doesn't give the on-demand board presence that other cards are looking for. But that's kind of all secrets, right? All secrets are kind of like reactionary. So another card for Mad Scientist to juggle around. I think this card will be used, kind of. It could be used. It's not bad. 3/3 taunt is pretty nice. Taunt is like, why do you need taunt? You're just going for your opponent's face. Yeah. Stable Master, on the other hand, is a 3-mana 4/2 beast. Battlecry, give a friendly beast immune this turn. And when I first looked at this, like, why the heck would you play this? Like, why would you play this card ever? It doesn't buff attack. When you have immune and you go face, it's basically nothing. So basically, if you have no beast, this does nothing. And if you have a beast, this does nothing as well. Like, what? So it's kind of weird that way. I don't think I would play this card. Especially in a hunter deck when you have like Eagle Horn Bow, when you have Kill Command, when you have Animal Companion, you still have to fit in more 3 creatures, and this is like, you still don't really want to do this. I don't know. Wait, it's not a beast? Refresh for more cards. It's not a beast. Yeah, it's not a beast. Like, yeah, it's not a beast. I'll refresh it in just a second. But yeah. Yeah. I don't think this is good at all. They're trying to make Control Hunter work, I guess, so you can trade more. But even Control Hunter is like going for face a bit more, right? You want your opponent to trade, do use spells against your stuff. So yeah. All right, guys. Okay, too many people are saying refresh. So goddamn it. Okay. There, new cards. Okay, good. We're gonna get to them later. Next one, Saboteur. Battlecry, your opponent's hero power costs 5 more next turn. So basically a 7 7 hero power, which is pretty cool because if you think about it, you do want to weave hero powers quite a bit, right? I don't think this has like there's a lot of turns where you go like, oh, turn 7, 5 mana drop hero power, right? You do want to use your hero power quite a bit, but playing a card to just prevent your opponent from hero powering doesn't seem like that good, right? Okay, sure, you played this. The dream situation is at turn 7 they only have a 5-drop, so they play a 5-drop and they lose their ping. So what the heck? Like, why would you want to lose their ping? It doesn't really matter. And if it doesn't work, it's just a 3 mana 4/3. So I don't think this is that good. Definitely doesn't seem like that good. It's good that they introduce a card to like interact with more stuff, like interactive stuff that's not really been explored yet. But I don't think this is a good card. I think this is pretty poor. In Arena, I think this is pretty poor as well. If you really need a 3-drop, then sure, but I don't like it. Okay, so next one. Recruiter. Inspire, add a 2/2 Squire to your hand, and we do know from Silverhand Knight that the Squire is a 1 mana creature. It is a 2/2. So you're basically adding a lot of 1 mana 2/2s into your hand. I don't think any deck would need to be intended that much, right? We do not need Squire attend me too much. So yeah, and also it doesn't add to your board, right? Basically, this is like every time you use hero power, draw a card, and that card has to be a 1 mana 2/2. So not that insane. I'm not really that interested in this one. The 2/2s also don't interact with Hobgoblin or like too much stuff, right? Like 2/2s are just 2/2s. Like Questing Adventurer, I guess. Nah, that's being way too positive, I think. Optimistic, that's what I'm trying to say. I don't think this is too good. In Arena, it could be really good because you have like infinite card draw, and like Arena games sometimes tend to go to top decking quite good. So I don't know. I feel like this is pretty bad. I'm not really excited about this because you have to play a hero power as well. Of course. Priest Legendary! Confessor Paletress. Or Palatress. Her artwork looks pretty nice. And inspire summon a random legendary minion. Oh my god. So turn 9, summon a random legendary minion, and they have to deal with this guy. Or this girl instead, right? They have to deal with this minion first before they deal with the legendary. Otherwise, you just summon a new one every single time. Now, when you look at this, you obviously look at, oh yeah, it's turn 9 play, right? Turn 7 just dies. But now you kind of want to think a bit ahead. Like, how can you exploit this, right? How is this exploitable? Emperor makes it a 6 mana creature, and also you can remove something as well. You could also try and buff this with Powered Shield after you use Emperor, so to make this a little bit more vulnerable. You can't really stealth this or like give this Divine Shield or anything. So really, it just sits on the board, right? The dream would... the problem is like you can't really play this on turn 7. The only way I can actually imagine playing this on turn 7 would be like you have Dark Cultist on the field, and you play this Dark Cultist, it buffs this to like a 5/7 or something. Like that could be pretty good. You could also play the Garrison Commander to summon 2 legendaries, but we have to evaluate legendaries after the whole set comes out, right? You kind of have to see like how good is an average legendary, because they did introduce some 3 mana legendaries, so you have to be a bit careful. And of course, just like the Jumpy, the Murloc Knight, it can summon itself, and if it summons itself, oh god, oh my goodness. Right? Then the next turn you go crazy. You can also faceless this. It goes crazy. So there's a lot of crazy things that can happen with this card. But you need to exploit this. I don't think this is turn 9 play is good enough. Because like there are enough situations that it's just kind of meh. You got what I mean? Like Black Knight, Mukla. There's a lot of just regular 4/5, 5/5 minions. So we'll have to see how you can exploit this, but pretty cool in a sense. Okay, King's Elec is a hunter card. More Drawn Eyes, always sign me up. And it says battle card, reveal a minion each deck. If yours costs more, draw it. 2 mana 3/2, draw a card. That is pretty insane. And also, it's a This mechanic seems like it's kind of like a, what's that called? It's a targeted draw mechanic, which is pretty cool, right? Because any card that says draw a specific type of card is really strong. Like, Captain's Parrot is actually a strong card if you look at it in the vacuum, because it just draws a pirate. So if your deck has only like 2 insane pirates, it will draw that pirate every single time, right? So in that sense, it's really insane. So with this thing, you can actually abuse it so that your minions cost more, right? Which is cool. And it's also a beast by itself, which is kind of weird because it's a rider riding a beast. And I thought that riding, like things that ride a beast is not supposed to be a beast, but that's kind of weird. Anyways, I guess this would see play because of Web Spinner, right? You would actually see this in Web Spinner. And this is like totally better than a Bloodfen Raptor, obviously. But whether you put this in your deck is remains to be seen, because there's, once again, you kind of want to not play that many 2-drops. You got what I mean? You have like Mad Scientist, you have like Creeper, and you also have the Secrets, which themselves are two mana as well. Like you sometimes you don't get the dream of Mad Scientist in every trap, right? Sometimes you do need to play a trap by itself. So more 2-drops might just make the Hunter deck fizzle out. And you could argue that, oh yeah, I can just play this because it's just a cantrip, right? But yeah, the more small minions you play, the less this actually affects. I mean, if it's a 50% to draw a card, then Pego would be a thing, right? So I think this will see competitive play because of Web Spinner. Whether you play this in yourself, I'm not really sure. I think this actually passes a lot of tests, but like hunters like to go face, right? So maybe there's not enough room for this. Dragonhawk Rider is 3 mana 3/3. It says Inspire gain Wind Fury this turn, and that seems pretty damn bad. The Worgen, it seems so much better. The Worgen that's Raging Worgen, right? Because you don't need to inspire it. And inspiring this is only gain Wind Fury this turn. So you have to like use your hero power every single turn for it to be a little bit better than a 3 mana 3/3. Yeah, not really too crazy about this card. When you play a 3 mana 3/3, it has to be something like the effect has to be worth it, right? Because there's a lot of effects that are pretty highly regarded as really strong. So for example, like MC Tech, Blood Knight. You even have like, we even have stuff like Dark Cultists and like Spell Slingers now that like are 3/4s. So you're paying a lot for this creature, and you do need to upkeep your hero power quite a bit. So I don't think this is gonna be too insane. Yeah, not really big fan of this card at all. Some people are saying that this is really good at Hunter, but no, I don't believe so. It's a 3 mana card once again. It's not really that good. We have a reverse Corehound. Yeah, much better. Yes, we will like a reverse Corehound. Thank you very much. Corehound is playable. This card is fine. Yeah, this card is fine. I would play this in Arena. 5/9 is very good stats. 5 attack is really strong. 9 health is really strong. So yeah, nothing more to say about this. Yeah, Web Spinners. Can I see play? Sideshow Spell Eater. Oh my god, she is on crack. She is going crazy. Ah! But yeah, it's a 6 mana 6/5 and Battle Cry. Copy your opponent's hero power. Now, copy your opponent's hero power. Battle Cry. What is happening? Oh my god! So you can lose your hero power forever and just copy your opponent's hero power. So you just lose your identity, right? Whoa, that is just weird. You get what I mean? That's just weird. Like, if you play this against Jiraxis, I guess you're pretty happy about yourself. You play this against Ragnaros and whatnot. But, like, when do you actually make a deck that's like this and go like, okay, I don't want to use my hero power. I want my opponent's hero power. Like, even Priest, right? Your Priest hero power is kind of like sometimes it doesn't do anything, right? But if you play this card, you lose your Auchenai thing. You lose facing against Hunter. Like, do you really want to smork down a Hunter faster to smork down your Hunter? I'm not really sure. It seems really weird. As bad as some hero powers are, sometimes you don't want to lose your identity. You don't want to copy your opponent's identity. So, yeah. Am I reading this correctly? Copy your opponent's hero power. It might mean that it's only a one-time use. I don't know, I can see this working 2 ways, right? Or 3 ways, actually. So first of all, I can see that this actually replaces the hero power completely, right? Which is actually what I infer by just reading this card. Another way is that you can copy it once, and then it fizzles next turn, which is not that good at all. And the third option is actually, it has a battle cry that does the opponent's hero power. So for example, if you're against Mage, this is 6 mana, 6/5, deal 1 damage. If it's like Warlock, if you're against a Warlock, this is a 6 mana, 6/5 that draws a card and deals 2 damage to you. There's a lot of weird stuff that can't be inferred by just the text alone. I would assume that was the first effect that I mentioned, because that's just by reading it. You lose your identity and you just get your opponent's hero power. But I might be wrong. I guess it depends on what version it is. But all those 3 versions seem really bad. Yeah. All 3 of those outcomes seem like I don't really want to play this card. I mean, it's an epic after all, but yeah. If I'm going to play this card, I'm going to play it just because I okay. Alright, next card. We have Seal of Champions. Give a minion +3 attack and Divine Shield. So basically, Blessing of Might and Hand of Protection bathed in 1 card. Pretty cool, I guess. Would you play this in Aggro Paladin? Probably. This is kind of like interesting because compared to Wild Instincts, I've been playing in Magic a little bit. It's kind of like Wild Instincts, right? That they both creatures kind of fight. It's definitely kind of weird. So you play this on like a Silverhand Recruit. It becomes a 4/1, trades for something higher, and then you still get a 4/1 to deal with that. I guess it's okay. Yeah, I'm not really sure. This card is kind of weird. I mean, it's expensive enough you don't want to play in aggro, because aggro have so many, so much, what's that called? Situational cards already, like Blessing of Might, Blessing of Kings, Divine Favor and stuff like that. And with mid-range, playing this means that, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. I would like Argent Protector more than this, to be honest. It gives you a body as well. This is unplayable if you have no creatures. If you play it by itself, it's like 5 mana. It's a 4/1 Divine Shield, and that's not that. It doesn't pass the test. So yeah, awkward. We got Refreshment Vendor for it's a neutral 4 mana card. Battle cry, restore 4 health to each hero. Oh my god. Everybody can nom nom nom. Huh. Interesting. So, if I play this in Priest, you're saying that I can actually play this against Face Hunters and be happy about it. If I play this against Handlock, I can be happy about it because I can actually give them poison food and like nuke them. That's pretty good. Maybe. Kinda. Yeah. I'm not really sure. This card might be... I refreshed already, so there's no more. This card might be good, might be bad. I guess you would try and play this in a more of a mid-range control deck because health doesn't really matter. And it actually gives you that extra buffer room against aggro. So, I think this card might see a little bit of play. It's not that bad. You have to compare it to like other 4-drops though, like Shredder. And like actually 4-drops that do stuff. So I'm not really sure. Kind of a niche card, I guess. Like even mid-range and control decks trying to win. And not just try to extend the middle game. I rate this like maybe average. Yeah, it looks average. It looks average. Pit Fighter! 5 mana, 5/6, just vanilla, sure. I guess they're just trying to fill in some gaps. So now we have a 2 mana 2/3, 3 mana 3/4, 4 mana 4/5, 5 mana 5/6, 6 mana 6/7, so on. So fine, why not? Solidifies the Hearthstone curve just a bit more. Once again, in Arena, this is a really good card because 5/6 is such a good stat line because it kills anything that's 5 health, and also 6 health doesn't die to any 5 attack creature. So this is like a very good stat line. She looks kind of ugly though. I hope I'm not insulting anybody that looks like this. Okay. Warrior card. Magnetar Alpha. Also damages the minions next to whomever you attack. So like a smaller systems online. Wait. Harvesting servos, engage. The 4 Reaper, yeah, exactly. So it's a smaller 4 Reaper, but once again, 4 mana, 3 health. It doesn't really make the cut. And it does have to trade, right? Like, it has to trade. That's the problem. Don't really like this card. I don't think it's that strong. No, don't think it's that strong. At all. Usually it can only survive 1 attack, right? And to make this work, you have to cleave 2 creatures. So it's a 4 mana deal 5. You would never play a 4 mana spell that deal 5 to a creature. And this has to have like an extra benefit. If this goes face, then you're kind of losing out, I guess. You might as well play Corcoran Elite that goes face immediately anyways. So yeah, I don't think this makes the cut. And then we got Undercity Valiant. Oh man, more undead, please. 2 mana, 3/2. Combo deal 1 damage. So like a tiny SI? A smaller SI? This is really good against aggro. If they only have 1 health creatures. I think a lot of people are like... don't value deal 1 damage quite highly. But I think this card is actually going to see play. It's actually pretty good. Yeah, this is actually pretty good. Mini Toast. I actually like this card quite a bit. It's for rogues, as you can see above the border. Sometimes the 1 damage is all you need. And with a class like Rogue, you can always deal damage. You can always deal damage with, what's that called? Your hero power, right? So you can kind of weave in the extra damage quite easily. So this is actually pretty good. I actually like this. Man, it's a 2 mana 3/2 on nothing. Yeah, I would think this is gonna see play. Everybody in chat is going to refresh. Refreshed. Oh my god, even more. Okay, good. Okay, let's do it. Alright, so I think this is pretty cool. I think this will see play. Oh man, another demon! Void Crusher! Inspired. Destroy a random minion for each player. So I guess how it's worded, it can destroy itself. Yep, it can destroy itself. 6 mana 5/4. So kind of a low stat line. Actually, I guess you can't really tell. I mean, if this card actually can't kill itself, it's insane. Because it's just a 2 mana assassinate every turn, right? Or deadly shot. Yeah, deadly shot might be it. So I think it would kill itself. Yeah. Not exactly sure why the stat line is kind of low. I guess it's because it's really difficult for... it's very difficult to deal with this otherwise. But the fact that it could destroy itself is kind of crazy. I would like it if it's like based on the condition. So like if you don't have anything else, then kill this. Otherwise, kill something else. That would be a very good condition though. I'm not really sure how it works. But if it kills itself, it's kind of bad. 6 mana might maybe assassinate. And it's also random. Yeah. Very awkward. A lot of people saying this look like Enigma. Yeah, this looks like Enigma, but Enigma's copied from WoW, so yeah. Ha. Awkward. Tiny Knight of Evil is also a demon. It says whenever you discard a card, gain +1/+1. Trying to tie into that discard mechanic as well. But once again, whenever you discard a card, right? I don't know if this works with... If this works with Fel River, it could be very interesting. But we know that Fist of Jaraxxus doesn't work with Fel River as well, so... might not work with Fel River, but if this works with Fel River, that's insane. Yeah, other than that, I don't think this is going to see much play. If you're playing a discard-centered deck with Fist of Jaraxxus, I don't think this is... It's just inconsistent, right? I don't like discarding cards you need. And discarding a card is also really, really bad, right? You never want to discard a card. And gaining just a +1/+1 to do that, not good enough. If it works with Fel River, then cool. And if it works with Fatigue, then that's also kind of cool. But otherwise, I don't like it. Oh gosh, it's a priest. Oh my god, I priest be good. Power Word Glory for 1 mana. It says choose a minion. Whenever attacks, restore 4 health to your hero. Oh god, this is pretty much unplayable, right? This is pretty much unplayable. It's to your hero. No, this is not playable. Oh no. Very strong against... Is it even very strong? Is it very strong against like Face Hunter, for example? I don't like it. Because, like, Face Hunter can just kill this guy, and you might as well be playing 1 mana Flash Heal and just heal anyways, you get what I mean? So you kind of miss out on what you're supposed to do in the first place. Just to heal yourself, right? And the problem is that it also turns off stuff like Arcanine. You never want to ping yourself, right? There is no Molten Giant Priest deck that I know of. So, like, you do not want to hit yourself. So it actually turns off some things. Does it help some cards out? It helps like Light Warden / Holy Champion, or the other card that busts itself, the Medium Warden, right? Whatever you call that. So I don't like this card. This is pretty bad. If you you can say you can put it on your enemy minion. If you put it on the enemy minion and that is like, I guess that's good. Not really. For example, like, they could just not attack with it at all. So then you're playing a 1 mana, like, freeze effect. You don't cycle any cards with this card. Like, if you play this card, you can't play something else. It costs a card. And if you play this on an Arcane Golem, then what the heck? It already deal 4 damage to you. No, this card is not playable. Unfortunate. Power Shot? Oh no, it's another shot card for Hunters? 3 mana, deal 2 damage to a minion and the minions next to it. So I guess it's kind of like a refined multi-shot kind of thing. Interesting. Explosive. It's kind of like an explosive track kind of, but it costs 3 mana. That's really expensive. Yeah, that's really expensive. That's my first impression. If you deal 3 mana, if you do 2 damage to 2 minions, that's like a cleave. And this is overcosted in cleave. So you have to like use the 3 creatures. So how often do you have 3 creatures? How often do you need to say, oh, I need to deal 3 creatures so much that I need to slide this card in? And even when you slide this card in, how often do you have this against 3 creatures when you're playing creatures yourself as a hunter? Not to mention Explosive Trap does a much better job of this. This is a bad card. Mogor's Champion. Oh my god. 6 mana, 8/5. 50% chance to attack the warm enemy. Of course, we need it. We need more stupids. Yeah, this is pretty bad. 5 health is really bad, and also 8 attack is falls out to BGH, so it's really bad. Basically, gonna see 0 play and constructed. Is this going to be played in arena? Hopefully not, because it's a rare. Sometimes you have to draft this. But like, Bodifist Ogre is so much better than this, right? The stat line is so much better. And 8/5, why do you need the 8 attack? Why can't it be a 7/6? And there'll be Mogor. It could be basically Mogor the Ogre, right? Yeah, it's not that good in arena either. Yeah, pretty bad. Frigid Snowball. A Super Kobo Geomancer. Oh, actually, I like the picture. He looks pretty funny. Yeah. And it says, 4 mana 2/6 is spell damage +1. We might see this be useful in the spell damage heavy deck, right? We see a lot of spell damage heavy decks now, and 2/6 once again is a good stat line. It's not bad. 6 health is really formidable. So who knows? But just by playing by itself, it would never see play. It has to be comboed with something to see play. Remotely even see play. Enter the Colosseum. 6 mana Paladin card. Destroy all minions except each player's highest attack minion. Oh. Huh. I'm not really sure what to say about this card. So, you can play this when you have no minions, because you can just kill all your opponent's minions except the highest one. And when you have a lot of dudes, and then you have like 1 big creature, actually it doesn't matter anyways, because it's your turn, right? You're playing this on your turn, so you can just sacrifice the small minions or attack first and then play this card. So this is just to like kill your opponent's minions. Paladin AoE. Would you like an AoE that's a little bit more conditional? So for example, like Light Bomb, right? Except each player's highest attack minion. So if there's 2 highest attack minions, it just chooses a random one, right? I guess. It would be very weird if it's like, just chooses one based on its health or something. Yeah, I guess it's a random one. 6 mana card. That's really expensive. It's good in the way that it's like an AoE board clear. So then like paladins don't need to rely on equality, consecrate, and this only costs 1 card. I'm trying to think of a situation right now. It would be really good. So for example, if you're playing against Druid, it's not that useful anyways, right? Because you have early game pressure anyways, and then when your opponent plays like a 4/6, a Loatheb and a Shade, you use this, you kill both the Druid of the Claw and the Shade for 6 mana. It's not even that good. You're not establishing anything yourself. I don't know. I feel like this is really bad. Yeah, my first impression is this is really bad because it's really high casting cost. And this is like, can you even exploit this? Just because it's on your turn, like. Why do you need to destroy all minions except each player's highest attack minion? Like, how can you exploit this? You can't. You just trade in your small stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Somebody in chat saying it will kill the one closest to the left if power is equal. Oh, that's really weird. Why they chose to the left? That's not really intuitive, right? I don't know. I feel like this is a really bad card in first glance. Maybe I'm missing a combo that's really important, but yeah, I don't think so. Convert. Put a copy of an enemy minion into your hand. Put a copy of an enemy minion into your hand. What? It's a 2 mana draw a Pilot Shredder. Put a copy of an enemy minion. So like a minion that's already on the board, right? I would assume. 2 mana draw a card. Oh, I don't know, guys. Is that even good? How is that even good? Refresh again. Okay. Oh, these cards are just keep on going. Yeah, or just keep on uploading. But yeah, is that even good? Like, why would you want to put a copy of an enemy minion into your hand for 2 mana? Why would you want to play 2 mana draw a card? Ever. Gosh. This doesn't seem good at all. Am I missing something again? Man, all these cards seem really bad. Well, at least the ones that are coming out right now. Copy Antonidas? Is that even good though? You're not even dealing with it. So like you can convert, get Antonidas, and then def it, and then you have an Antonidas in your hand or something. Same with Ragnaros. Like, I don't know. I think this card is really bad. Because like decks are very polarized. They're either very aggressive or very defensive, right? And this card seems like the dream situation would be copy, you know, I don't know, like your opponent's big creature, like, you know, Ysera or like, you know, Rag, and then kill it off, right? That would be like the dream. But like you're paying 2 mana for an extra card that you can play yourself anyways. And against aggro, this is totally dead. You're paying 2 mana to do nothing. You're paying 2 mana to get a Knife Juggler. Like, are you kidding me? Like, there's better ways to spend 2 mana. So I think this is really bad. I don't really see how this is gonna work out. 2 mana. You need to convert like class cards for it to make sense because you can't put it in yourself. Like use this on outdoor. It's not even good against like Dr. Boom and stuff like that. Then like against Paladin you get a 1/1. No. Fencing Coach is a 3 mana 2/2, so a little bit understated. It says battle card. The next time you use your hero power, it costs 2. What? Oh, this? This is the first combo. Oh my god. Okay. So there is a way to abuse this card, right? Oh man. Okay, so you could abuse Confessor Paletress. Okay, that's interesting. And it's the next time. It's not just this turn. You can just save it for later. Oh wow. Okay. So the question is now, is this worth the -3 stats, right? A 3 mana has to be a 3/4. So you have to basically abuse this once again. You're not gonna play a 3 mana 2/2 ever, right? 3 mana 2/2s are basically unplayable. But this is a pretty cool effect. You could save this, and this actually means that. Oh, there's a lot of meanings to this, right? So if you play this and then you play Garrison Commander or something, and then you have Pale Trust, you can actually like hero power 2 times or something like that. Yeah, this is actually pretty cool. How can you abuse this even more? Like, with the Inspire mechanic, this is automatically abusable. This basically means that every Inspire mechanic can proc the turn you play it. It basically becomes a battle cry, and it becomes a persistent effect. So, like, anything that actually does that is actually very insane. And this is kind of like a 3 mana preparation in a sense. That's how I look at it. It's like a 3 mana preparation. Yeah. In Arena, I think this is pretty bad. Unless you draft a lot of Inspire minions. Wow, if you draft a lot of Inspire minions, this becomes so interesting. Yeah, okay. I actually like the design of this card quite a bit. And I think this is going to be very exciting. He looks pretty ugly though, so that's a problem. Yeah. What is that? What class card is that? Is that Warrior? Mulch. That's so weird. Such a weird name. Is this a warrior card? I think it's a warrior card. Destroy a minion and then add the random minion to your opponent's hand. Oh my god. Well then. This is actually not... It's a druid card? Okay, it's a druid card. I can't really tell. The border is kind of weird. Oh, it's a druid card. Druid gets removal? Whoa. Okay, I will tell you why this is actually not bad. In first class, because if you add a random minion to your opponent's hand, it's not unstable portal value because it doesn't get the discount. And yeah, this is actually well, if you compare it to a deadly shot, then obviously this sucks. But this is targetable, and targetable is like very important because otherwise people would be playing deadly shot all over the place, right? But that's not the case. Add a random minion to your opponent's hand. It seems really good at first glance. Because you're just giving your opponent, like, card advantage, but playing this card is already card advantage anyways. You're not going to use this against, like, you know, a 5 mana creature or something like that. Oh, I mean, I guess you could, but... I don't know. It feels really good at first glance, but maybe in further inspection, it's really bad because, like... Actually, I'm going to go into the Hearthstone page. Yeah. Oh man. I need Hearthstone normal. Hearthstone ENUS. Why is it forcing me to go to the freaking Chinese one? It's kind of weird. But yeah, anyways, back to Mulch. I don't think it's... I'm not really sure. It's really good and really bad. We're out of refresh, guys. There's no more. So, yeah. Fencing Coach of Kodar Drake. It's not really that good, right? It's the next time. It's just one time. You can't just make it 0 forever. Yeah, this is a weird card. I don't really know. It seems really good at first glance, but maybe thinking about it a bit more, it's really not that good. It's like card advantage kind of thing. I'm not really sure. Yeah. Yeah. Druid card. Like, if the bulk of the minions are just 2 mana, I guess it doesn't really matter too much. But 3 mana, it might be a bit overcosted. 2 mana would be insane, though. 2 mana would be just you play 2 copies of this, and then you just kill your opponent, right? So yeah, 2 would be pretty insane. Redirecting in Facebook page. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they redirect in Facebook page. But yeah, are all the cards out yet? I think all the cards are out here. Oh my god. So, very interesting. Man, this card actually excites me the most because I'm always trying to make this card work. The Pale Trust. And that card does make it work. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I like this set. It's very thematic. Not all the cards need to be really insane. I'm going to be very happy with Arena. That's definitely for sure. Because like so many new cards for Arena means that you know, when you play Arena, the hero power is already so important. Yeah, I really hope this card doesn't really work as it really is saying. It could kill itself. Ah, man. It's just weird. Okay. I think that's it. Alright, let me just double check one more time. Am I missing any more cards, guys? Hunter Legendary? Wait, Amaz Convert is targetable? Really? Okay. Oh, okay, interesting. I guess it doesn't say... It doesn't think it's targetable. Okay, still bad. Alright, let me just double check one more time. So many new cards. I like this. I'm getting a redirect on the Facebook page though, so it's awkward. They just added more cards, refresh. More cards in a few minutes. So I guess I can chill with you guys for a bit. Oh my god, this is gonna be a long YouTube video. Oh baby. New card on Facebook? Okay, I'm not getting a redirect anymore. Oh, okay, there we go. Let's see if we missed anything. Oh, this card is actually called Sea Reaver. When you draw this, deal 1 damage to your minions. Yeah, the warrior one, right? Everyone getting here. Alright, yeah. Sea Reaver doesn't seem like it's that insane. I wouldn't pay a 6 mana 6/7 in Patron Warrior. Okay, let me just double check these. Convert. Yeah, I don't know. She does look pretty ugly too, to be honest. She's like, man, you gotta eat something, man. Yeah. I think this card is gonna be really good, to be honest. Might be wrong. Two is actually like much different than 1. But 1 is really good. 1 is really good. Okay. Interesting. Confessor Peltress. Yeah, this is interesting. I guess my most excited card... Well, obviously Peltress and Fencing Coach is going to be a pretty insane combo. I think we'll definitely try to do that. But yeah, another deck would be really fun would be Dragon Warrior, I think. Right? Just because there's actually a playable 4-mana dragon now. The other 4-mana dragon is not playable. Hunger Dragon is not playable at all. People try to make it work so much, but it's actually not good. Right? This is a much better 4-mana dragon. It's more consistent. And consistency is what you want to see. And another 7-mana dragon too, right? So that's pretty cool. Is this a beast? This is a beast. This comes a West Spinner. Wow. Okay. This card is overhyped. This card is definitely not going to see play. I don't know. This Arena is fine, but nah, this is not. Shiraxis can't emote anymore? Oh, I like that. Oh, I'm going to give you a thumbs up. Oh, I'm not logged into Facebook. Oh, no. Let's not log into Hearthstone here. I mean, Facebook here. Yeah, with Alexandra's champion, I guess Dragon Warrior would be very, very cool. Yeah. Amaz Power Shot is better than Cleave because Power Shot can be targeted and can hit 3 targets. Exactly. But how often are you going to hit 3 targets? I don't like it. I don't like it. You're going to most often just hit 2 targets, to be honest. Refresh. Oh my god, more refresh. Okay. Okay, so we have Dread Scale. At the end of your turn, deal 1 damage to all other minions. Oh! What? Oh, all other minions. Oh, you can't play this in Face Hunter. Oh, okay. Okay, I thought it's all your opponent's minions. Interesting. How can it actually use this? If you use this against a monster for battle, they are going to be so sad. It also means that they cannot play any more hero powers, right? But also it kind of affects you. I guess you're looking for that 1 damage and then trade this off. I don't know. This looks really good. At first glance, right? Looks fine. Looks playable. Deal 1 damage to everything. Hunters usually have a lot of board or no board at all. Pretty cool. Okay. We got Evil Heckler. What? A moment of silence for the BBB. He will forever be missed. Yep. That's all I have to say about that. Dark Bargain! Destroy 2 random enemy minions and discard 2 random... Oh, another discard mechanic. Oh, wow. Interesting. Destroy 2 random enemy minions. So double deadly shot, discard 2 random cards. And if you discard more cards, the more stuff activate. Oh, that's weird. I like the card art. Yeah, I agree with this comment. Yeah. He seems like he's having a lot of fun. And this claw is really big. Anyways, weird. Very weird. Weird card. I don't know. Huh. Anytime you have destroyed only random enemy stuff, it's not like it's like your own minions too, right? I think this is actually fine. Man, the dream is like you play this against like giants or something like that, right? What if you play this in zoo? Yeah, what if you play this in zoo, guys? It might be good. So you have a big board, your opponent taunts up 2 molten giants, you play this, and then you win. I don't know, I feel like this is actually quite important. Anytime you have any discard cards, you have to be very careful. Not the other way around, right? You get what I mean? Like Fist of Jaraxxus and the evil tiny champion knight demon that gains +1/+1 every time you discard a card. Those cards are not good. But anytime you evaluate a card that discards your own cards, you have to be very careful about it. I think this is actually really good. Because like people thought that Doomguard was really bad for like the longest time, and then it was then slotted into zoo, right? Because it discarded your cards. But then if you have no cards to discard, it doesn't matter anyways. So like, this might be good. It might be a one-off in zoo, to be honest. Yeah, just kill your opponent minions and you already have a board, so... Interesting. I don't know. People think that this might be too bad a card, but I think it's actually usable. Okay. What other we have? Beneath the Grounds! Shuffle 3 ambushes into your opponent's deck. When drawn, you summon a 4/4 Nerubian. So, interesting. This is a rogue card, I guess? Because it's pretty, like... It's like that. It looks like the rogue kind of thing. Oh my god, that's really interesting. Yeah, it makes sense because Nerubarak. Nerubarak, no. Anubarak is a card, right? So this is probably going to be a rogue card. And, interesting. This is really cool, I think. Obviously, if they draw it, I'm pretty sure it's just going to say draw another card. So you're not going to deny them card draw. That's not how, what's that phrase called? The Iron Juggernaut works, right? So they're probably going to draw another card. But what the heck is the dream? The dream is that if I play this card, your opponent just draw all 3 immediately. So draw this. Oh, shoot. You get a 4/4. I draw another card. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. You know? Oh my god. This could be really cool. You think this is going to be in Mirror Rogue? Oh, Mirror Rogue might be. I don't know. You compare this to like... You put this with... Cola Oracle, and then you suddenly gets a lot of 3/3s. I guess the problem with this is that it doesn't do anything the turn you play it, remember? Gang Up, right? Gang Up is like the only card where when you play it, it doesn't actually achieve anything that turn. So this is the danger of this card, and it also costs 3 mana. 3 mana doing nothing that turn is kind of scary. So yeah, but definitely gonna be spawning some new rogue stuff. Mill Rogue might be back, I'm not really sure, but hey, the dream is always going to be there. Play this, they draw 3 Nerubians, they get screwed. Always going to be there. What? Excuse... Hunters get 2 legendaries? What? How is that even fair? What? Whenever another minion takes damage, destroy it. Whenever another minion takes damage... Destroy it. Unleash the Cobras! Oh my god, it's a 7 mana 4/2 though. That's wow, that's... Whenever another minion takes damage, destroy it. Is that even worth... 7 mana creature, guys! It's a 7 mana creature, and it's a 4/2. Recombobulator just got really, really sad. So what is good here? Amaz? Amaz? How is it? What's the dream situation here? You play this and then you trade something off and then the opponent kills. It's 2 health. Is that like a misprint or something? I guess Dreadscale and Axelmod are supposed to be, you know, brothers or something, so they have like matching stats. I don't like it. You play this and then it dies. Why aren't you playing Marixina at that point when you want to destroy something like really, really badly? Yeah. Weird. Does it combo with this? At the end of your turn, deal 1 damage to all enemy minions, and then you combo with this. When another minion takes damage, destroy it. So basically, these two together will kill everything. But then your Asimov gets dealt 1 damage. Right? Exactly. Okay. So, obviously, this is the intended combo to play these at turn 10. But then your Asimov still gets nuked for 1 damage. Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think all the players definitely have to learn to how to play these cards because it's gonna come off web spinner, right? That's the only thing I'm thinking about. You do need to learn how to play these cards. All right. Do we have refresh again? Oh my god! Even more. Oh my god! They just keep on coming. Fearsome Doomguard. Oh my god! He looks ugly as a. Yeah, he looks ugly, man. Fearsome Doomguard is a 7 mana 6/8. And it's a Warlock specific card, so you can't even play in other things. 6/8 is pretty cool, and it's a demon. It actually buffs Bane of Doom quite considerably, right? 6/8. But it's actually like textless, so I'm not really sure if you're gonna play this card. Probably not. Really good for people who doesn't have Mal'Ganis or Draxus? No. No, if you don't have Mal'Ganis or Draxus, you don't even play this card, right? No, that's, yeah. I don't know. He's ugly. His stats are fine in Arena, I guess, but no, I don't think this card is good. No, it's not gonna see play. A moment of silence again. Man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh. All these vanilla cards are just getting wrecked. Oh. I guess this does look cooler than a Magma Rager. And he's obviously pretty moment of silence. Mysterious Challenger. Battlecry, put 1 of each secret from what? Put 1 of each secret from your deck into the battle. Wow! Battlecry too, not Death Rattle. Holy Jesus Christ. Oh, this card is crazy. Whoa. So you could actually get 6 Paladin secrets. So 6 mana, 6/6, summon 6 secrets. That's a lot of 6s. Oh baby. And you can run 2 copies of this. It's just an epic. It's not like it's a name card. Wow. This is pretty cool. And it also, like, you don't pay anything. You get what I mean? Like, even if you're just running 2 secrets, so for example, like, you know, just Avenge and, like, get down, or even new one, the, what's that called? Competitive Spirit or something like that. Getting 1 secret onto the board is really nice already for a 6 mana 6/6. So that's pretty cool. They do need to they do need to introduce more cards to interact with Paladin Secrets, because Paladin Secrets are just bad. So that's pretty cool. But man, 6 mana 6/6 to put 6 secrets? That's pretty damn insane. Alright. Pretty damn insane. Alright, what's this? Orgrimmar Aspirant. It seems like there's a lot of aspirants. And Inspires give your opponent, I mean, if your weapon +1 attack. Seems pretty bad. The wolf seems like he's pretty high. But yeah, your hero power becomes +1 attack. So kind of like the rogue hero power when the poison blade is equipped. Not really sure how this is gonna see use. It's a 3-mana 3/3. That's the problem, I think. And like, do you really want to use your hero power when you have this on the board? I'm not really sure. I'm not too sold by this card. It doesn't seem that good. And you always you have to have a weapon. So like, oh, you played a Despite at turn 4, and then you play this, and then you play hero power. So what? Why would you want an extra attack? You got what I mean? Like, this is I treat this kind of like Battle Cry, deal 1 damage. Isn't SI just better? And you also need to use your hero. Nah, it's not good. Okay, I don't think it's good. Polymorph Boar. What? Oh no! Huffer! No! Nightmares! Oh no! Oh no! Transform a minion into a random Huffer! Oh no! Look at her face. Oh man. Best card in the set. Hands down. Alright. Best card. Blizzard realizes how much Huffer means to the community, so now you too, mages, can make your own Huffer. Oh man. So obviously, the intended goal of this is to make a duality effect, right? Obviously, you want to play it on your own minions, and it basically deals 4 damage to the face because if you're playing Aggro Mage, you will attack with, say, I don't know, a girl, and then turn the girl into a Huffer, and then deal another 4 damage, right? And then it's a Huffer again. It's basically burst damage, I guess. And like, man, it's really scary actually. If you combine this with Fireball, Frostbolt, Ice Lance, and Arcane Missiles, like all this spell damage, spell heavy and dark damage mages have, this is actually kind of scary. Obviously you need a minion though. So that's kind of the scary part. And the duality effect comes in where you can actually polymorph your opponent's minions to silence them. But then obviously you can't ping Huffer, so you need to like do something else with it. Not really strong if you actually want to use it on your opponent, but man, oh man, this is the cutest card ever. And it's always going to be a Huffer. It'll be funny if it says transform a minion into a random animal companion, and then in brackets Huffer's the only random companion. That would be pretty funny, but yeah, interesting. And then we have the Rimmer's. Oh no, it's a priest card! I don't want to see it! If you're holding a dragon, gain +1 attack and taunt. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh no. Dragon. A dragon priest. 2/4 taunt. Not the 2-drop I'm looking for. Oh man. I mean, 2-drops are already so rare in priest. Okay, we have Lightwell, sucky. We have Shadowboxer, sucky. Divine Spirit, what the heck? Lightwell, Facepalm. So now we have this. It requires you to play a dragon deck, so you have to play dragons in order for you to work. I like his shoulder plays. His shoulder plays are pretty cool. But other than that, I don't know. 2/4 taunt is really strong and 2 mana. I mean, fine. It's not insane. I'm not gonna put this as insane when you play a 2 mana 2/4 taunt. There's so many creatures now that are insane, and in priest, you really need the extra stats. So like, not sold by this one. Ugh. I'm just not sold. The thing is, like, you're playing like Twilight Whelps and stuff like that. Ugh. Dragon Priest. Why can't this just be Armor Smith? Why can't this text just say, whenever a friendly minion is dealt damage, gain 1 armor? Oh. A little bit disappointed. I think this is a good card by itself, right? It's fine, but not the card I was looking for. 2 Amazes? 2 Amazes? Oh, baby. Alright, let's refresh again. Refresh. Hello? Hearthstone! No! Is that all the cards? I think that's all the cards. It might be all the cards. Amaz. Beneath the ground is OP. It makes opponents skip straws. Does it even say that? I don't think it says that. I don't think it will make your opponent skip draws. Yeah, I don't think so. Because like Blizzard already came out to say that that discarding your opponent's cards is a really bad mechanic, and I agree with that. So I don't think so. I don't think so. Still, there's a very possible dream here. What else do we have? 2 Merlinis. Oh, Amaz, do you think Armor Smith will work in Priest? I really doubt it. I think Armor Smith is really good in Priest. You have Pyromancer. Like, why does it not work? I think it works really, really well. And it also actually lets you do spike higher than 30 health, which is very important against like Freeze Mage. So yeah, I think Armor Smith is just what I'm looking for. Like, what the heck is this card doing here? Like, what the heck? This is a useless card. Even he's like, what the heck am I doing? Yeah, that's not gonna happen. So the only priest combo that came up was okay, fine. Like this one. It's like, I'm not really sure. I don't know. They tend to reveal a lot of 3-mana 3/3s, but I don't know. So all the priest cards are up, right? 1, 2. Wait, let me. I don't know. Let me check here. Priest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's only 6 priest cards left. So if we look, 6 priest cards left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with Paeltris. So there's only 1 more priest card, and that's it. Oh no. Oh no. There's only 1 more priest card left to be revealed. Refresh again? No, guys, it doesn't work anymore. I think, no, it doesn't work anymore. Oh no. Everybody says refresh? What? Really? Does it work? It's not working. Aww. There's another? Wait, am I missing something? Missed convert? Convert, I already talked about. I don't like it. I don't like it. At least not in first glance. That's only 131. 132. There's 1 more? Trolled? You guys trolled it? Oh my god. Show Ice Rager? Oh, Magma Rager is so sad right now. Why can't they just buff Magma Rager to a 5/2? Just god. It's like, oh, I guess in Arena, if you have this to choose, and you have Booty Bait Bodyguard to choose, sometimes you want to choose the Booty Bait Bodyguard because you have no 5 drops. Blizzard racist against goblins. Alright, Amaz, which class got the best out of this expansion? I'm going to actually make a bonus stream where I list all the cards in terms of like what is good and what is bad, and kind of like do a whole video, because obviously all these videos are in parts right now. So yeah, I guess all the cards are out, right? Don't friend requesting 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 times 4 is 52, 53, 54. So 54 new cards. 54 plus 78. Oh, what the heck is that? 54 plus 78 is 132. Okay, so yeah, that's all the cards. That's all the cards. Okay. Yeah, that's all the cards. That's all the cards. Okay. That's all. Yeah. Alright, very cool, very cool. I'm excited of a lot of these cards. A lot of these cards does seem really bad, but of course, with new cards comes a new meta, and with new metas comes, you know, new viable cards that we might be able to use. So, yeah. We can always just assess cards for the first impression, and I will be making a new compilation of all the cards to rank them in kind of like arena picks, constructive viability, you know, stuff like that. That's gonna be awesome. And yeah, Looking forward to play the new set. Since all the cards are out, I'm expecting this to be launched next week. Yes? Blizzard, please? Because that's what happened with GVG as well, right?